subcommittee heads or reps that are here right now, during the meeting, please just write down your name, what subcommittee you are, and what times you're available to meet this week, because we're going to be going over the budgets that came in. So we need to know what times you guys can meet. So just come up at the end of the meeting and give it to me. Thank you.
We'll now move to Treasury report.
All right, guys. Since Marty and Kel kind of stole most of our report, we have 3 budgets on the docket today. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm getting tons of requests, so start getting ready for the most fun meeting of the semester.
We'll now move to Secretary report.
All right. So the election committee that's met in the past, I don't think it works for everyone. Can I have a senior volunteer for election committee? Just one person who's going to meet on tomorrow night.
I mean, I can do it. I don't think.
All right, Barry, you're on.
Do you want to do it? Midnight.
I can do it. All right, you can do it. Also, can I get a junior and a sophomore and freshman? Just gonna do real quick. Freshman, sophomore, junior. Thank you.
Anything else?
No, sorry.
Okay. We'll now move to committee reports, student, faculty, or academic affairs. So, academic affairs report. Awesome event this Wednesday. Ashley, you want to say anything about it?
Yeah, so Wednesday at 9, Richard 2018, faculty feuds are spin on Family Feud. Kel has a team, so if you want to go watch him participate and answer questions that you guys all filled out in that survey. There'll be food.
So that's Wednesday, 9 p.m.
9 in Richard 118.
Bouchard 118. Bring everybody. Other than that, we've just initiated new voting members to the SFA. But as always, it functions as the Academic Affairs Committee, so it means we're open to the public. Anybody can come, participate in discussion, or planning of events. A lot of you are in this room. You should be getting your confirmation emails Monday. Otherwise, I think you already got the org sync request. So other than that, meetings Thursday, 5 p.m., Fabulous Center 220. We'll move on to professional societies accountability.
I'm going to have a meeting this Thursday at 9 p.m. in America's Cup. I'll send out an email to remind everyone. I did four. Just be aware of what the accountability form is, because we sent the email out to all the RSOs. So as senators, it's your responsibility to know what the accountability form is, and to figure. If you have any questions, ask me. Know how to direct them to the website. I also gave them the QR codes and the direct link, so they should be able to access that really easily. But if you have any questions about what it is, or who fills it out, or how the RSO should handle it, just talk to me after the meeting.
We'll continue with campus life. Is there any report in her absence from the committee?
Yeah, I think everything's good for now. We're still working on the bowling alley, figuring out what we're gonna end up fixing this semester. And then for one of the water fountains needs a new filter, so we're putting it in work order for that.
Questions about the report?
No, in addition to that, we're getting wraparound carports for Fabio, Atrium, and they're being ordered.
Where are they going to go?
They're going to go around all the circles.
Constitutions that'll be up today. Hooray!
Are they on the agenda?
I thought they were supposed to be. I sent an email to the cabinet.
They are.
Okay.
Okay, just making sure.
They weren't up in the docket. So
I did.
so they are on there.
Only number 2.
Anyways, we didn't have a meeting tonight, but we'll have one next week. And hopefully we'll be able to talk to EC about their bylaws. Since we started conversations at the beginning of the semester, so we'll be continuing those.
Do you want to email me those? Report?
Yeah.
I don't have them. They're not. They weren't attached.
Yep.
We'll now move to public relations.
No report.
No report. We'll move to. They're on the docket? Oh, I didn't see them when I downloaded it. That's fine. Okay, we'll move to speaker. Any report in their absence? No update. We'll move to tailgate. Any report in their absence? Who knows who has a tailgate this weekend? There is is one, isn't there?
I think technique might have.
We just did, yeah, they just did one this weekend. Okay, well, just, it's nice to, have it said in the minutes. Alright, we'll now move to reports. Committee on Student Interest Subcommittee reports with Ethics Student Council. Professional Societies Council. A report in their absence. No. Media Board.
I just had a meeting with my clubs on Friday. Owen, should I give them a heads up or not yet about this dispute?
What was that? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
All right.
give it a little spiel.
There's what I thought was going to be a half an hour meeting with them ended up being 2 hours with my media board committee. There's a little situation going on with the dispute right now. They get their newspapers printed with Star Ledger, and they're supposed to have their newspapers submitted by 12:15 at night, 2 o'clock. And they've never gotten charged for it. Now this semester they just started getting charged for it. $25 per page per 15 minutes after the deadline. So now they're going to be submitting their budget, and it's going to be more than what they normally submit it for, because they want to pay for that, because now it's putting them in some kind of debt. But at the same time, they still say that they can't get it to 12:15 right now. They will not be able to get it in.
Between all the recreation subcommittees, which we're trying to do for the spring. That's it.
Alright. We'll now move to old business.
Motion to approve minutes from November 3rd.
Let's open it up. Here are the minutes, discussion on the minutes.
The date still says October 3rd.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Someone doesn't ready like that.
So, if it's alright with you,
We can just change it.
we'll just change really basic grammatical stuff like that without motion. And no disagreements in that decision? Okay, we'll continue moving down the minutes.
not October 10th.
Motion to move me to absent because I was not here.
Terrible of you.
That, I think we should probably vote on. Discussion on the motion. All those in favor of moving to previous question, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All those in favor of moving Brian from senators from present to absent? Discussion.
Move to previous question.
All those in favor of moving to previous question, please say aye.
Aye.
All those against? Any motion anyone would like to make first? Matt?
Motion to impeach parliamentarian.
Second.
Alright. So discussion on this motion.
What did the oversight committee like?
So, following, if, do you guys want someone from the oversight committee to speak, or myself as the chair of the oversight committee?
Go ahead.
You're the chair of the oversight committee, so.
I could, all right, so the way, here's how it went down. So we met twice. We met after last SGA meeting, and then we met before this SGA meeting. There were no members of the cabinet present, just the oversight committee. And discussion kind of went in this manner. We made that bylaw change prior to the freshman senators joining, which outlined and defined ways that the parliamentarian could be impeached. Those, in the most basic way possible, said that you had a full absence is kind of like a scoring matrix, where a late constitutes half a full absence. So you could have up to 6 lates, or a combination of lates and absences. So those are the criteria for being impeached. The majority basis for impeaching Carrick is outside of, I guess, the lates, because the change is so recent. He has only 1 absence and 1 late since the new bylaw. But it's mostly because of his inability to complete, the duty. So we'll go to Danielle first.
I agree with, I guess, the thing, I guess the motion to impeach him. I do not feel that he is fulfilling his duties as a parliamentarian. He takes it as a joke when it's kind of a serious thing. And that, if you are the parliamentarian, you need to be familiar with how the SJ operates, how Robert's rules work, how our constitution and bylaws are set up, and what the rules are. And I just do not think that he is fulfilling his position to best of the ability.
So continue discussion. Devon, you're here first.
Yeah, I think even going off of that, even in the most basic form, and ask a constitutional question, he just says, "Well, it sounds constitutional to me," without really knowing what the deal is, or even looking into
Second.
All right, all those in favor of moving the previous question, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? All those in favor? All right, so we'll continue this. Still new business.
I move to approve the Armenian Club Constitution.
Second.
I think a bunch of people are in here with me already. One of them is a non-cat. All right. So this is the Armenian Club. Welcome to Google Docs. Kind of cool. Discussion. I would first like to ask the Constitutional Violence Committee to speak on the motion.
Pretty straightforward, just went through and edited some, just things that it matched up with how other RSO constitutions are. A couple of things that, for both the constitutions that they had, a couple of things were against the Constitution, we had to remove them. And other things were just student life policies that, don't need to be included in the Constitution, so we removed those as well. But other than that, they're both pretty straightforward.
Questions, discussion. This is the new RSO, correct?
Yeah, both of the two are.
Okay, so there aren't any revisions to discuss. It's 100% new. Anthony?
I guess my question is for Danielle, or the committee. Seeing how they kind of both came in at the same time, how come, I guess we'll look at the Armenian clubs, simple majority to vote someone into the e-board, but a 75%, so two-thirds, three-quarters vote to impeach someone? Why is it like that? I feel like it should
That
be.
was the requirements that they had, that's what they had suggested, I believe.
Yeah.
But I didn't have any contact information to contact them to ask them as well. So usually just, where is it?
So continue discussion while she looks that up. Any other questions outside that one?
We can change it. I mean, it's, I don't know.
Yeah,
if
I
there's
think
any
they should match.
representatives here from the Armenian clubs.
He wants them to match. I think that would be better.
It can be whatever.
So that would have to be a motion. Yeah. But we'll go to Tyler first.
I mean, the way I see it is that why would we want to change it? I mean, it's sort of up to their discretion how they run their club.
Continue discussion.
Sorry, can you just clarify the question, Anthony?
I was just asking why, for the election of officers, it only requires a simple majority, but an impeachment requires 75%. So I thought that they should just match, seeing how you want the best interest of the club, you want at least three-quarters voting for your officers instead of just taking them out, instead of having a simple majority putting them into office.
Continue discussion. Do you have more to say, Mike?
Yeah, I just want to kind of reiterate what Tyler just said. I think it's something that's up to the club for how they want to run.
So
We don't have any set policy for how they need to do that, as far as I understand.
continue discussion. Jonathan, do you have any more to say?
I was just going to say that, and also, isn't that pretty standard procedure? It's easier to elect people in than it is to move them out. I'm pretty sure that's pretty standard.
We'll go to Tyler.
I mean, usually they do match.
Yeah,
Usually it's
that's
a
something
simple
like that.
majority to elect no matter what.
Right.
And usually, because in most situations, an impeachment of an officer position in a club is really just viewed as electing someone else to replace them, would be still a majority vote.
So continue discussion. Mark.
A lot of perspective, I believe it is, there are 2/3 or 3/4, I think it's 3/4 required to expel any member from an officer position in the Senate. So next week when we get to our impeachment trial, it's going to be a 75% or 2/3. I just think about that.
It's been in the CMP committee for a couple of weeks at least, so just keep that in mind.
That's fine. So
It's as long as their constitution lines up with our general whatever general guidelines the Constitution Bylaws Committee is set up and what Robert's Rules dictates, I don't see we should be able to run their club. It's our place to decide how they want to run their club. So with that, I move to the previous question.
Second.
And here's the investment club constitution. Nine Cat's still here. Look at that one, that's a hedgehog. Sean?
Is there gonna be a conflict, because the Stevens Dining Club already goes by SIC? Can I defer to the CMG, to Danielle?
I'm going to defer to Kel.
I see, and I'm certainly not gonna call the Stevens Investment Club the SIC either, they're gonna be called the Investment Club and the Italian Club. And I think that's the way we've done their budgets in the past too. Can we maybe look up a previous agenda? I'll try to look one up. I'm almost positive we've never used the shorthand before for either club, but continue discussion.
Acronym to STIC instead of SIC. I don't know.
Yeah. You got it, I'm sorry, I apologize. So we're now, come on, give me a break. I was talking to Mark. So we'll continue on discussion on that motion. How do you guys feel about that? Devon?
I think you should refer it to committee and let the club themselves come up with a different acronym.
Although I do like the name STIC, or STIC, or whatever you want to call it, I do agree with Devon. I think we should let them decide what to call it. Just tell them they can't call it SIC, because there's already that acronym being used.
I'm gonna go with Todd first.
I'm going to defer this motion to committee.
Second. That's something we can just do, right? We don't have to vote on that.
Majority.
Majority vote? Thanks. Todd.
You go, Tyler.
So, all's in favor of deferring this motion?
Oh, wait. Are there any representatives here?
No. Anthony?
I'd like to make a point that I still think that the last point that I made for the meeting club was much more valid than having them change their name. I think Kel said that they've been working on it really long. This is the same amount of time. I think it's kind of silly to refer back to committee for a name change, and we didn't do something like that for voting and quorum. So I'm personally going to vote against it. I think you guys should do that too.
We were kind of in the voting thing.
Is there anybody here from the?
There's no one here.
Point of order.
We don't even know who's
I'm gonna hit the gavel. Tyler made a motion. Did he have a second?
Yes.
So now we have to vote on it, or we're in discussion on that. So, no, we're good to go then. Yes. Anthony's, we're in discussion on his motion to send it to committee.
Let's say if they were here, then they'd be able to answer the question, but since they're not, it would be more I think it would be more beneficial for them if we ask them through the committee what they want to change it to, than just come up with acronyms based on what we think it should be.
Olivia?
We're just changing the acronym, we're not changing the name of the club.
Yeah.
Sorry, the acronym.
John, then Anthony.
Yeah, we're just changing the acronym. They've been waiting a long time. This is kind of a simple solution. They can change it later if they really, really, really care about their acronym.
Can I just ask for a clarification from, I guess, either Owen or Jacob, because they're more heavy on the org sync than the rest of us? Is this acronym like an auto-populated thing that you need to have every organization have an acronym for the?
I think that the acronym isn't that big a deal, and if it is, it's on them to realize they shouldn't be advertising as SIC, because somebody else is already that. So I think we can just do this and then get them their constitution back so they can start reporting.
Devon?
I think then the best solution, because I still think it's bad to have two clubs referred to the same acronym, is just to strike the herein, refer to as SIC, then approve the Constitution. So then they have the Constitution, then if they want an acronym later, they can just pick a different one.
That purpose of that is for shorthand in the document itself. So you can't strike something like that.
I see.
You make the document invalid. So we'll go to Danielle.
What's the previous question?
Second.
All in favor of the previous discussion for second? So, all those opposed? This is for tabling it, or for sending it back to committee. So all those in favor of sending the motion to change the name or the acronym of the organization back to committee? All those in favor of doing that, please say aye.
Aye.
So, motion is not passed. We'll continue on discussion of the entire Constitution, no changes. So continue discussion. Anthony, that's where we're at now. So we're back where we were in terms of the motion to change the acronym. Sean?
I mean, we shouldn't really, it should be the club deciding what their acronym of their document should be. So it's not really I feel like it's not really our place to start coming up with fun acronyms.
I think it's fine, so.
So, Matt.
I think we're better off just giving this back to them.
Can I just rescind my motion?
No.
No, you really can't do that. You technically can't.
Technically I
No,
can,
if
it's
you're in
my
the motion, we're in
motion.
discussion now on the motion, so she has to close, we have to close.
No, I made the motion, so I can rescind it.
No, it's specifically in the bylaws that you can't do that.
Yeah,
Sorry for cutting you off, Matt.
it's fine.
Continue.
I think this is silly, and we should just get this back to them. If they have a problem, they can change it.
Discussion on the Constitution as a whole with this new acronym, STIC. Discussion on the Constitution as a whole. Anybody? We're gonna do Matt then Sean.
As long as that's changed in all instances of it, in the previous question.
Second. All in favor of the previous question, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All those to STIC, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
I just like to raise the point that, like, we can't change it in the Constitution. We can only change it how we call it.
You can change.
No, because we're still
That's
voting
what
on
I,
the Constitution.
that's what I thought, and I tried to do, but the cabinet said that we.
You could change
We
it.
can't change their Constitution.
That's why we're
Well,
voting.
technically, this isn't a constitution, it's just a document that we're going to approve as a constitution, so we can
Yeah, but
change it, but
We don't have the authority to.
No, yeah, we do.
We don't have the authority to determine their constitution. We only have the authority to grant them the status of RSO.
The Constitution and Bylaws Committee has the authority
Yeah.
to review all constitutions of all organizations.
Yeah, but in our constitution, it says that the Senate only has the authority to grant status to RSO.
Not in our bylaws.
Needs to be discussed during discussion.
Do we have a representative from Technique?
I have him here if we need that. He's my roommate.
Alright, that's fine. And we have a representative from CTV, so discussion on this budget. Does anybody need any clarification on discussion, Kristen?
I think it's fine. I think it's kind of cool that they're actually recording it, and I'm excited to go to this event. I'm moved to your special.
I'm gonna actually, if we can entertain, Tyler has something to say about this.
Yeah, I mean, I just have a quick point. I'm not sure exactly how much it affects this discussion, but Sid TV isn't like actually contracted to film this yet, and we haven't actually issued an invoice to Technique. So this number is probably right, but I just wanted to point out that like this hasn't been officialized. I don't know whether there's any process like
Well, that's fine, because the way it works is like, we're gonna allot them that money.
And then
If they don't spend it, it just rolls back in anyway,
That's
so
what I
that's outside. So, she motioned, we seconded it, so. All those in favor of moving the previous question, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? All those in the budget request for Sid TV recording at their next Best Dance Crew event, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The motion passes. Continued new business. New business, Ashley.
Motion to approve these additional requests.
We have a second. And that's this one. Bring it up right now, there it is. So, $125 for dinner. No notes, no comments. Discussion, Anthony.
Yeah, so I remember we spent a amount of money on this when we budgeted to them, so looks like they just forgot to.
Kristen.
Previous question.
Second.
All those in favor of moving the previous question, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed? All those in favor of approving the additional funding request for the National Society of Black Engineers for their business etiquette dinner, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Say nay. Motion passes. We'll continue now. Any item, new business. Tyler.
We'll do for the